So what I'm going to show you is a video of me swimming and my last swim that I did when I was crossing from Mallorca to Ibiza. And these were the last moments before I stopped. This is uncut and raw.
Alright, let's just get out of here.
Guys, good.
Very good. If you guys go on like you think he hasn't
We're trying to get out there.
There's one in front of you, Neil, go right.
Go, Neil, swim.
There's two ahead of me. Guys, I have too much weight on that side. I don't even have.
I have a really good thought. Let me send you that,
Guys, go to the other side. Just move slightly backwards. Stay there, but move a bit backwards. It will help a lot.
Standing left.
So I wanted you to see that video so you could understand the situation that I was in. I was in the sea. It was pitch black. I was already swimming for about 20 hours. And when I'm swimming at night, there is no lights that are on. I don't like any light on. Well, there'll be a little glow stick on the back of my head, on the back of my swimsuit, on the side of the boat. And it's important there are no lights, because if people are flashing torches on me, it feels like I'm in one of those cartoons where the light is kind of on one of the cartoon characters and everyone knows where the cartoon character is. So if I'm in the sea, the light is going to bring the little fish are going to bring the bigger fish are going to bring the bigger fish. And it's a possibility. I'm in their home. So that is definitely 100% a possibility, but try not to let those kind of thoughts come to mind. So when I was swimming at night, there's still just 25-27% of the way through the swim. Obviously, I can't see what's in the water because it's pitch black, and I'm just swimming one stroke after the other, and I got stung by a jellyfish. And that's kind of like, this happens all the time, just kind of keep swimming. When it happens at night, it's a little bit trickier because then you're obviously a bit more alert of what's going to happen. Are there more? And you're looking, but there's no line, so you can't see. You can barely see your hand in front of you. And I do another 2 strokes and I get stung again. And I'm like, okay, that's 2 in 5 seconds. And then I do another 4 strokes and I get stung 9 times by swimming into a whole sea of jellyfish. And I quickly shout to the team, put the light on, put the light on, put the light on. So they flashed the lights. I put my face in the water, and it's like I was put into a jellyfish aquarium. And at that moment, there was no thing of like, okay, we can't do this. So immediately, it was a very chaotic moment, obviously. And I was, as you could see in that video, that was 3 hours prior to me getting stung the first time. So I was trying to navigate through these jellyfish, finding a space where I could pass through, so like really on the surface of the water, sucking my stomach in and trying not to get stung by these jellyfish. And as time went on, I started to get tired. The lights and the flashlights that they were lighting, so every time I breathed to the side, I had bright lights in my face, and I put my face back in the water, and I can see jellyfish. So it's bright lights, jellyfish, bright lights, jellyfish. Almost blinding, it's like you're at home, you're asleep, you wake up and someone just flashes a torch right in your eyes. So very disorientating position. Everyone shouting, jellyfish there, be careful, oh my God, wow, what, this. It was a lot of commotion. So what I try to do going forward is I say, okay, guys, listen, I can see the jellyfish, or with the ones I can see the ones I can't see. we're going to have to figure out. But them shouting is distracting me from what I need to be doing. So the jellyfish were basically directing which way I have to go. I was trying to find ways of where to pass from. It's like, you are all jellyfish and I need to get from one side to the other. And this passageway doesn't pass. So there were points I'd be moving jellyfish away with my hands. My arms were swollen. They were like in the shape of an S. My body was like I was in a savage bondage session. That went terribly wrong. And we were trying to navigate through this for 3 hours. At a point, I kind of had to call it. I didn't feel I could swim anymore. And that's 5 years of me completing swims. That's never failing. Always learning though, and always wanting to grow, and always wanting to be better, but never failing. And as soon as I stepped onto the boat and had 2 feet onto the boat and I was safe, I was like, what the hell did I just do? My whole life preparing for this moment, and I failed. And I wasn't as resilient as I thought I was. It was my first reaction. You thought you had it all figured out. You thought this is what you meant to do. All these thoughts came in, rushing in my head straight away. The team sacrificing so much of their time, so much of their lives to be there for me to fulfill my own dreams. Not their dreams, my dreams. I have a whole nation of people expecting me to complete the swim. What am I going to tell them? What am I going to do? It took me a long time to really, many months, 8 months of just analyzing of what went wrong, what actually happened. And now I can analyze this in complete slow motion. The first mistake that I did was that I was no longer present. And I was thinking about what's going to happen later. So if I'm swimming it now, I'm stunned 50, 60 times is what we're assuming. There were so many, it's just not even possible to count. Then how am I going to finish the next 40 hours of swimming? It's not possible. I'm wounded, I'm hurt. How am I going to do it? The second one is me getting tired, losing focus. So the lights, the screaming, myself as well, losing focus. Me losing focus meant that I was getting stung more often. I couldn't concentrate so much. It was hard to see the jellyfish. My neck had to be in a very awkward position to be avoiding these jellyfish. And 3, my mind was worn down. I couldn't do it anymore. It was the first time, I can't even remember, where I cried out of pain, physical pain, with the amount of jellyfish that I got stung by. And as time went on, and then sharing my experience, and then really understanding how this failure, this me failing, has elevated my resilience by times 100 at least. Now I understand that being resilient is having your back up against the wall, having nowhere to go except to learn a new skill to keep moving forward. What I now understand is how I live my life is through resilience techniques that I have created, which is called the ocean mindset. And this is something that your resilience is trainable. And it has 3 main pillars, which is the mindset, which has techniques. So how do we train our mindset? By doing difficult things, like everything. How do you learn something? By practicing. So by doing difficult things, I mean by fasting, cold water exposure, doing something you don't like doing and enjoying it, doing something that your partner likes to do and you don't like doing it, and really kind of challenging your mindset in every single aspect through your daily life in a controlled space. You have silence. We are always meditating. And we make ourselves not meditate. We get ourselves out of silence by distracting ourselves. So if you're at home alone, I need to play music. If you're in the car, I need to play music. If you're sitting down doing nothing, you need to be doing something to distract yourself from meditating. Our natural position is meditating. You're as a baby, you're sitting there in your cot just meditating. It's we want to distract our mind from what is happening inside. And then we have our breath. This is the remote control of our nervous system. We control it. In the most intense situations, when a woman is giving birth, they tell them to breathe. If you're in an accident, breathe. But how? What do you mean breathe? These are mindful practices that we can learn. And I'll be showing you a bit of this breathing technique today. Just one. Those are the main pillars. And then you have the supporting pillars. So general upkeep. So in here, how many of us want to be resilient? You can put your hands up. How many of us sleep 8 hours? No, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Yeah. It's an exercise. How many of us sleep 8 hours a day? I'll do. Keep your hands up if you sleep more than 8 hours a day. How many of you eat well? No, if you put your hand down, you're out. So basically our hands are up, and if you sleep less than 8 hours a day, the hands need to go down. If you do not eat well, your hands need to go down as well. And if you're working more than 10 hours a day, if you're answering emails on your phone, on your sofa, you need to put your hand down as well. So I think it's being unrealistic if we're expecting to be resilient if we're not having general upkeep of our own bodies. How can I be resilient when the time comes if I'm not ready for it? You don't eat well, you don't sleep enough, you don't rest enough, you don't chill, you don't let your mind stop. It's impossible, guys. You don't expect to be resilient if you're not at least have a general upkeep. And movement as well. Movement, so building mindset through movement, through sport. Building mindset through activity, getting the blood pumping, getting the blood flowing. This, again, gives you a different aspect of building resilience. So each one of these has different modules, different exercises, and different training techniques to build a complete mindset of resilience for you, to help you create a growth mindset and cultivate this growth mindset through these mindful techniques. And these will help you through your personal and your professional lives. It's not easy, guys. It's a study. It's a study, it's a sacrifice, and it's all based around discipline. Because if we don't have discipline, if we're not doing it every day, if we're not doing it every time, if we don't have our practice, if we feel better when we do something, why don't we do it every day when we are busy? So when life is shit and life sucks and life is difficult, we cut out the things that we love to do, that keep us sane, that keep the day sustainable for us to keep working. So I'm also a victim of this. So I used to be, I'm not really so much anymore, but I swim and I love it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel great. I'm busy. I have meetings. I can't swim, so I don't go swimming. You're unbalancing yourself completely. So building resilience is trainable. And I look forward to sharing a little bit of breath work with you now. This is 5 minutes for you. You deserve 5 minutes for you, no? We spend every 2 to 18 hours of the rest of the day giving your energy away. So 5 minutes for you. Well done, guys.